EA Sports. It's in the game.
Chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff to edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Snatch and skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, hop on it, hop on it. Rep for your bro, for your post, your pop, and your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn it out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family. I might just flow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff to edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead. Trying, this ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do, make your next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just flow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff to edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, let's go. First off the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, this way, right before the deal.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bag. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
Start! 30! Get that quarterback, D-line!
Here's the rookie from Florida Atlantic, Kareth White. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Okay on this,
56. Mike, 56.
On second down now, it's White. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 11.
Check. Lucky. Check nickel. Jim. Check 99. Check 99.
368.
Kill.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Hands up. Lead.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Hey, alert 3. He's coming. We got double.
Hey.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Airing one out for Boyd. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 2nd and 10, Dalton. He's got a man, complete. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Slam, slam, slam. Monday. Watch the twist.
61, matchbox,
First down, here's White. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
180.
56. Check 56. Coming.
On third down, Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down. Andy Dalton looked good on that pass, but I'll tell you what, all time in his career against Pittsburgh, it has been a struggle. 3-12 as a starter against these Steelers. Just more evidence of their dominance over the years in the AFC North.
Give me some. Give me some. Here you go.
To throw again on second down, Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Like 80.
57. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
50.
Here, man.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. But it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Hey, Steve,
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at which...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. First carry for James Conner. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
White 80.
On 2nd down, it's White. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
He needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6.
198.
Hey, Zoo.
Snap came and 1. Now here's Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Dalton here from the gun. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Cincinnati. 46 yards.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
93, 52, 93, 44.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Dalton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
They're not ready for this, man.
To throw on 3rd down. Dalton going for it all. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. And Bullock will put this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a carry for White. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Black 20.
Here's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing, Dalton. Airing one out for Boyd. It got his man, complete. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
On 2nd and 11 now. Dalton, he'll let this go end zone for Green. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check.
Hey. 2 by 2. Move. Nice.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Switch.
Snicker, 66.
Lights 57's light. Let's go.
80 weapon.
Let's go. Kill.
Alert.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Roethlisberger will throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. Black 30.
Check. Single, slot.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Interception, baby. All day.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Hands up.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Switch.
Hands up.
Now Joe Mixon. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Hey, echo. Stop.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6. That time, and it moves the chains as well.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Lead. Regular.
Watch the run. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Hands up.
1st and 10 for Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Two by two. Move.
Here's Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A first down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
the Steelers.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 45 on second down, Roethlisberger, and he connects with Vance McDonald. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Roethlisberger. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Snicker, snicker.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. Complete. It's Johnson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you've got to run fast. Of course, you've got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Opting to run again here with White, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should fourth down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting back to...
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Going on the ground, it's White. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down, so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
Jack 16.
from just shy of midfield. Roethlisberger complete to Washington. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Steelers on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Roethlisberger now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Trying to get the first with Samuels. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there on a 1st down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw here, Roethlisberger. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Geno Atkins, and the Bengals will get the football back. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now on 2nd and 13. Dalton airing one out for Boyd. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? Seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it the total.
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 37, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Andy Dalton now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here we go, T.
Regular.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Here you go, 368.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5.
He's checking. Crash.
Heavy.
Dalton here from the gun. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
1st down, Steelers.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. And it's caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Here we go.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They'll run for it with Samuels. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Samuels, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will shave one more off this lead.
Steelers 13.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey. Show it up. 36.
93, 52, 93.
Again, it's Mixon. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Randy Bullock on for the field goal.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.